नहीं हुआ यार. हो गया.
Okay. So,
But I don't know why
hi
it's not
guys.
showing. That why
Okay, it's not
we
showing
are
up.
not live. I don't know why it is not showing. Has it ended? Okay,
Hello.
now it is live. People are joining.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just share in group.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah, hi everyone. We are live now. So those who are watching it recorded, they can skip to next 3 to 4 minutes because here we will be waiting for the students to join, and then we will be talking about like what all are the cutoff scenarios and all those things. So if you are
Yeah.
watching it recorded, then you can skip to next 3 4 minutes, and if you are watching it live, then you can share it in the Telegram groups and ask people to join.
Yeah.
Right?
So like you guys can let us know in the comments below how was your paper? Was
Yeah.
it
How
easy,
did you
moderate? Uh,
find the paper level to be?
paper was easy to moderate. Yeah, that's what we felt also. Like more on the easier side.
Easy to moderate or easy only? Easy to moderate, यार.
मशीन के कुछ क्वेश्चन तो ठीक ठाक, लेकिन हाँ मॉडरेट नहीं बोल सकते उसको. आई अंडरस्टैंड दैट. When we will get keys? I think the keys are released after all the exams happen, right? The EC paper
Yeah.
will also happen after that.
I guess it should come around 18.
Yeah,
Because on
2 3 days
15 there
after.
is EC question paper, so
Yeah.
it should be coming around 18. And if you are asking about keys of PrepFusion, then we will try to deliver it.
By
Uh,
tonight or tomorrow morning.
hmm. We will make sure like we bring more maximum question, and also we will make sure that we get everything correct. That's
Yeah,
all. That is all the thing
that's why
that
it
we.
can take us bit of time.
And today we have already uploaded I instrumentation answer key as well. You can go and check that out. And in that answer key, Anish, like regarding that control system thing, you can tell.
Yeah, few questions were there, 2 3 questions, 2 questions which I feel, one question doesn't have the language clear, so I wasn't able to solve it correctly. Then I uploaded a video of all the control solutions. One question is MTA, one question I'm 100% sure that will be MTA. The other question, the language about that question I'm not sure. So according to me, whatever language I've got, according to that question should be MTA. But if the language is different, then like there can be some other solution to the question. But all the solutions are uploaded on our YouTube channel, you can see.
Okay, then we can get started, right? And
Yeah.
regarding
So
this electrical question paper as well, we are not going to bring all the solution, but certainly we will bring the answers. Correct answer we will bring. And regarding the solutions, some of the questions have been solved wrong in other platform. So those solutions only we will be bringing. Okay, because I know like if you are watching us, then certainly you are watching other platform as well. So there you would have already seen the solution of basic question. Like if there are some questions that they have skipped or they did not answer, or if there are any wrong solution, then we can bring it. Okay. So within tomorrow we will bring it, and on the Telegram group already we are discussing the solutions and answers. So you can go and join there as well. Okay. Yeah. So let's get started with the analysis of this electrical question paper. So don't be demotivated if you are not scoring that well. Okay. I'm already telling you. I will present my screen now. Don't be demotivated by the numbers that I have written. It's just that this is what I feel based on my analysis. That should be the scenario. Okay. So now I am presenting my screen. Anish, you let me know whether it is being
yeah,
shared or not. So I will.
uh,
I guess it
just
is
hold
being
on.
shared.
Yeah, now it is shared. Now it is shared.
Yeah. So what I expect is that the cutoff should be going around 32 to 33. Now it can be more as well. It can be more as well because the thing is, aptitude was very easy, right? Aptitude was very easy. I guess like an engineer, a decent engineer will be able to score 14 out of 15, or some can like a lot of people will be scoring 15 out of 15 as well. And like those non-core subjects which are common for electrical EC and instrumentation, those subjects also came very easy. Like if someone has studied signal system, very easy questions. Just one question was pretty good. Rest all were easy only. Coming to like control system, also it was also straightforward. In network analysis, like Anish sir has made more solutions, so he will be able to tell. But whatever that I have seen, the DC part was also again very straightforward,
The
right? So
AC
easy
part,
questions.
few moderate questions were there in the AC part. Okay.
Yeah, so easy questions were like very straightforward. That's the thing. If you remember GATE 2019 cutoff, okay, that was around 40 marks. GATE 2019. That was also a very easy question paper. But at that time, the competition was pretty high. At that time, I guess aspirants were roughly around 1.1 lakh. But now this will not be the number. I guess it would be roughly around 70,000 or 75,000. So the competition has gone a bit low. That's why I have reduced the cutoff around 32 to 33. I think this should be the scenario. According to me, this should be the cutoff. Okay. And paper level, easy to moderate, we can say, but it was more towards easier side only. More towards easier side. And safe marks means, like in electrical, we would expect for a general student having general quota, you need a rank around 1,000. So safe marks, I guess, should be around 62. Okay, based on the questions that we have received, based on that, I guess the safe marks should be around 60 or 62. So that is the scenario that we are expecting. Now we will talk about all the subject, like subject wise we will do the analysis, like network, analog, digital. So subject wise we will do the analysis, that which portion was tougher, which portion was easier, and then later on after that we will tell what we can expect in EC. Okay, so as of now we are not taking your individual queries. We will certainly take it, but
After
first,
discussing about, yeah.
yeah, let's first discuss about that subject wise analysis, then we can take your queries. So we will
So
get started.
yeah,
Yeah. So Anish, let's get started with signals. So first I will tell about signal system. Okay.
yeah.
So in signals, I guess there were 6 questions. I received 6 questions only, and 5 questions were pretty easy, pretty straightforward. If you have just studied that particular topic, then you would be able to solve. One question that came from bounded input, bounded output system. There, the impulse response was a step function. Okay. So they were asking what would be the nature of the output. So that question was pretty good. So that solution also I will upload, and that solution I will upload on YouTube. So the thing is, like from 6 questions, I found 5 to be pretty straightforward. One was good enough. Okay, one you can take moderate to tough. And Anish, like next you can go with control systems.
Yeah, control also, whatever questions I have seen, I think 6 to 7 questions I have seen. All of them were easy, except one question was in the from the stage phase. It was also easy only, but like the question came a bit twisted, so it is not that simple. So that question I can say moderate, and all other questions were, yeah, there was no controversy. Like Ian had so many control questions which are controversy, but here everything was simple and straightforward. I don't think there is any controversy in any of the questions here. So yeah, easy. I will say control is easy.
Next you can go like network and
Network,
power electronics.
yeah, network I can start. So network, in AC part, like whatever questions I have seen, mostly they were simple. What I can say is they were on the moderate side. One question was there, very good question, like a mutual inductance question came. So that was actually good question, because that would not click, that will not click. So I will like give that question a tough rating. So except that, other questions were simple. So I would say network theory was moderate, and power electronics I will say easy. Whatever questions that came, right, very whatever questions I've seen for now, like nothing formula like related. And inverter also I was not able to see. I was able to see chopper, I was able to see like simple converters, rectifiers, I was able to see, and one simple question like just maximum current across the inductor, that also is a very standard that we discuss in like class notes only. So mostly straightforward question in power electronics. In power system and machines, I can comment that it was moderate. Level was moderate. It was not too easy, not too difficult. One new question they have asked in power system that like we don't know, like that was the theoretical question. So I will say power system and machines are moderate side, and measurements also, I will say one question came in sensitivity, that is also very simple, that I will say easy one only. And EMFT also easy question. One capacitance question was there, cylindrical, so that was also very simple, that you will, if you have studied, you will be able to solve. That is also easy. So I don't think I've covered everything. Now I think Himanshu, you can cover digital analog. Analog, I think they asked few questions. So one question was very good, I think.
नीचे आदित्य ठाकुर लिख रहे हैं एडीसी डीएसी वाला आईएन वाला, वो करवा दिया यार सॉल्यूशंस में। देखो आप, आज मैंने आईएन के आंसर दिए हैं, वो एडीसी वाला मैंने सवाल करवा दिया है, ठीक है। वो जो आप इनपुट इंपेडेंस वाला बोल रहे हो ना, तो we will come back to these queries, but first let's do that.
First, you like you can clear, like I have finished. So I think analog and digital is just left, except that I think we have covered.
So analog, like it came very easy. It might happen that being an electrical student, you would have skipped MOSFET. That if you had skipped MOSFET, then you would not be able to solve 2 questions from analog. Otherwise, it was very easy. like very straightforward. But what I have seen is that electrical students generally skip MOSFET, so that's why they framed two questions this year. Although those questions are very easy, like within like if you have just studied MOSFET, then you would be able to solve those questions. But if you have completely skipped it, then you would not be able to you would not be able to solve it. So that's why I am keeping those questions as moderate and rest all over easy only. Coming to digital electronics, only one question was there that was very easy, coming from the Boolean algebra part only, like very easy. I guess even if you have studied on semester level, then also you will be able to solve. So digital was also very easy. Analog, I will call it easy, but two questions from MOSFET came, and generally electrical students skip MOSFET part because like they generally focus on BJT part. They do not study MOSFET much. If you have studied, then you would be able to solve it. If you haven't studied, then it would be just like another question that you haven't studied. Although the questions were pretty easy only. So again, analog was also easy and digital was also easy. So what all we have covered? Analog, digital we have covered. Control we have talked about. Signals we have talked about. Engineering mathematics.
So engineering mathematics also easy. Like I didn't face any question that was like you haven't like done that question before. Like everything was like straightforward. One question, very simple question was there. Like you have to find the value of n for a condition that divergence is independent of r. That is a standard question that we do. So mostly standard questions came on mathematics. So that also I can say is easy only for mathematics.
Aptitude, like I guess this is the easiest set of aptitude ever, I would call it. Okay, so like don't get demotivated, but like even the English questions were very easy. Like everything from aptitude was very easy, whatever the questions that I received. So I guess you should be scoring around 15 out of 15 in aptitude. In worst case 13 also can, like minor mistake can happen to anyone, right? But if you are scoring around 13 to 15, then it is good. Aptitude was very easy. And yeah, I guess we have covered all the subjects.
Yeah, I guess we have covered everything. Almost 3 over there. Yeah. So
Anish, like, can you see the comments?
Aditya, yeah, Aditya, I will say like for I think Himanshu has also mentioned compensators are all those things, right? They are important for ion because there is a separate topic they study that. But EC, for the EC, I don't think it's that important. It's there in the syllabus, but it's not.
Yeah,
it's not super
yeah. Let's
important.
discuss about now EC. So what we can predict. So always for prediction, one line I always say, based on the question paper of electrical or instrumentation, you can never predict what will happen in future. Okay, it might happen that EC can come again very easy. It might happen that EC can come very tough as well. You cannot predict. Okay, so that's the first thing. But again, my gut feeling says EC question will be on moderate to tougher side. I guess the same for electrical as well, but it came easy. Okay, so here my
No,
prediction
but
comes from
actually the trend is we are seeing from years, just except 1 year, I think IIT Kanpur, electrical paper generally comes on the easier side only.
easier side only. Yeah,
I
it happens like
very
that.
rarely have seen it comes very tough or like moderate. I mean, moderate it comes, but generally it comes towards the easy side only. So, but
Yeah,
EC
so
paper, if we follow the trend, we see that generally it comes on the tougher side. So,
tougher side only, and this is what again I feel easy paper will be on tougher side only. Like you would see from most words, you are not seeing that much of problem in instrumentation as well. You did not see much problem. So from most words, I guess there would be a lot of good questions, and I will make a marathon as well on MOSFET amplifier because I feel that there would be 2 to 3 questions from MOSFET itself. So that's why I'm thinking to make a marathon on MOSFET amplifier only, not the DC part. Only MOSFET amplifier part I will bring on YouTube only. Okay, so that at least those who have completely skipped it, those guys will also be able to solve the problems. Just I will tell you the technique that if you see a particular circuit, how you will solve it for EC student. Okay, because since in the instrumentation there wasn't any question from MOSFET, and in the electrical we have seen one question from MOSFET. So I feel that kind of it might happen that you will see two questions or 1 or 2 questions from MOSFET in EC question paper. This is what I feel. And like coming to digital electronics part, analog electronics part, those usually come for 10 marks. So I think it should be the scenario. And when we come to EC question paper from AC part, they do not ask much questions, right? Like here in electrical question paper, you would see, I guess there are 2 questions from power, right? AC power, there
yeah,
are 2 questions,
yeah.
right? But generally,
Yes,
this is
yes.
not the trend in EC. In EC, they do not ask much question from AC part. They will ask questions from DC part. Now, today itself, like there is a very good question from transient in electrical question paper. Okay, there was a very good question. What was the? Let me present the screen if I can present it. I can present my. अनीश ये बताना वो इजी नोट वाला शेयर हो रहा है क्या वेव फॉर्म दिख रहा है
हो रहा हो दिख रहा है. दिख रहा है।
Yeah, so this was the question, right? There was RC circuit was there. RC circuit was there. Input was there here, and V note is there. Okay, and this was the applied input: 1 volt minus 1 volt, 1 volt minus 1 volt, and the solution given is this one. They are giving this solution: 1 - 1, 1 - 1. It was given that this RC is very very larger than T. Okay, this is given. This is absolutely wrong. A very good question it is. Okay, the average value of the output will be 0. Average value of the capacitor voltage will be 0, and it will be rippling around 0 voltage. This will be the waveform. This will be the waveform. A very good question it is. Like, people are not noticing these kind of problems, and they are saying that electrical question paper came, that thing, that those things. A very good question it is. So this question came in EC, in electrical question paper. Okay. So if these kind of questions are coming in electrical question paper, then I am thinking that very good questions are coming from network, analog, and digital. These are the core of VLSI, right? These are the core of VLSI. So again, a rough prediction from my side that EC question paper, like electrical came on the easier side only, easier to moderate side, you can say, or that IN also came towards the moderate side only, but EC, I can feel that it would be around tougher side, moderate to tougher side. So I am just taking an example that this good conceptual understanding they are asking. Like, everyone will think that, sir, RC is very very greater than T. That means it will act as a simple integrator. So this is how it will integrate. But wrong. No, this is something that doesn't happen. This question is there in our class notes. Okay, in our class notes only. You can go to our network analysis playlist. There you will find a video named Pulse Response of RC Circuit. Ditto same circuit is there. There I have told you how the waveform will go right from the beginning. Why it is not going towards 1, why it is not going towards -1, why it is toggling around 0, why this ripple is there, what will be the amplitude of this ripple. So all these things have been there in the class notes. Like, when they study, it feels like that this is out of the scope of examination, but when the question comes, these things happen. So this is one example I am giving. Okay, just one example I wanted to give, that this kind of trend you can see in EC. So we are talking about EC question paper now. So that's the thing I can expect from control systems. Anish, what you will say, that compensator and controller thing you tell about that thing to the
Yeah, I
students.
have about that question you were telling. So that, like I told at the start itself, if the language is not clear, so if the whatever the language question they have given us, if that
No,
is
actually,
uh,
yeah, I was
what
saying that, like, people are thinking, like in IN there were 2 to 3 questions from compensator and
no,
controller.
yeah, yeah. But you can see from double E, right? How many questions were there from compensator? Like you can see, like I
So
don't think there was. Yeah.
in instrumentation there were more questions from compensator and controller. The reason was it is their core subject. There is a subject named process control in instrumentation. So that's why they framed more questions from that particular topic. Now, do not think that in instrumentation a lot of questions are coming from compensator and controller. So now we need to study it thoroughly. Don't do like that. Okay. Don't hamper your preparation. Whatever that you have studied enough. Now, only thing is you need to revise and solve problems. That's it. Okay. So don't hamper your preparation. So that's about, like, control system, what we can say about that. And signal systems, like signal system, what I can see is that in instrumentation question paper, signals was on moderate side. Signals was on moderate side. There were one or two tricky question was there. In electrical question paper as well, there was one tricky question. So they are framing more conceptual problem in signal system rather than mathematics. Usually signal system is more about mathematics, but this year what we can see is that in electrical as well, in instrumentation as well, they are going more towards conceptual part. They are asking statement wise problem from signal system. So just don't treat signal system as a mathematics. You should know, like, what all are the meaning of every single thing. Like, a question was there from cross correlation. So everyone gave the answer to be g of omega into f of minus omega. But that is again wrong. Cross correlation and convolution both are different things. So their also answer would be g of omega into f of omega. There will not be any minus sign. So again, this is a very conceptual question. Like, if you know it, you will be able to solve it in 20 seconds. If you don't know it, then you will not be able to solve it, or you will get it wrong. There is very high chance of doing minor mistake in these kind of problems. So these kind of problems they are asking. The eigenfunction one, that question was also very 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 good. So these kind of problems they are asking. The time period question, that was also pretty good. People initially gave answer to be pi, but answer will be pi by 2. So, like, conceptual problems they are asking from signal system. So yeah, that's what we talked about. Mathematics in both of the paper, I found it to be on the easier side. Anish, you can tell
Easy.
about mathematics.
Yeah, it's on the easier side only. In both from on the both the papers, both mathematics were easy. I was also solving computer science paper also. There also the mathematics paper came very easy. So I think in easy, like we obviously cannot predict, but I'm feeling like in easy also I think mathematics will come easy. One doubt, Sachin, I will clear that. We are currently solving the questions. That question I know you have a doubt. I have seen the question. Once I get the good total question data right, I will solve it tomorrow. I hope you will be able to see it. Okay. And Aditya, you can do the COA in 4 days. You can do the COA, so you can do it, complete it. You still have 2 weeks of time.
Would you
But
would you
I don't.
recommend it? Would you recommend it to
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend actually. Like only 2 weeks left, so you can skip it because there are very
yeah.
low chance. So you can skip it. You can skip it
And
now.
like Aditya, there will be a lot of guys who haven't done COA. Okay.
So
If
it's fine.
like let's just say on worst day, if 2 to 3 questions are coming from COA, then they are coming. We cannot do anything about that. Are you getting this point? Okay. So as of now, you skip it. I would not recommend doing COA. Okay. And yeah, now coming to the core EC part. So first, let's come to EMFT. So again, in EMFT, the most important part is transmission line, right? If you have studied EMFT, you would know that most important part in EMFT is transmission line. So from transmission line, if from EMFT, if they are framing 5 questions, from transmission line only there will be 2 questions. Okay. From circular waveguide, there has not been any question from past. Like circular waveguide was introduced in syllabus in 2022, so it's been 3 years. So from 3 years, there has not been any question from circular waveguide. So who knows? It might be introduced in the upcoming year, or it might be introduced in this year only. And rest all we cannot predict from EMFT. Like vector calculus is common with EMFT as well, and with mathematics as well. So I feel there would be 1 or 2 questions. Like one question will certainly be there from vector calculus. 2 questions can also be there from vector calculus. Like vector calculus involving the concept of your coordinate geometry. So both combined, they frame very good question. Usually it is happening in AC question paper from past 3 to 4 years that they are framing very good question from this coordinate system part, coordinate system and vector calculus combined part. So that's about EMFT. Rest, the EM wave part is remaining. So from there, one interesting topic is oblique incidence, and other interesting topic is pointing theorem. So like prediction would be that from these 2 topics only they will be framing a question. If they want to frame easy question, then they will frame the question from EM wave in low/medium or low/C medium, like those alpha beta value they can ask. So in that manner they can proceed. Coming to the antenna part, in antenna part, if we come, so the antenna, basically there is one topic, Frisch equation. So usually if the question is coming from antenna, the question comes from Frisch equation only. And if we talk about that antenna array part, so in antenna only 2 topics are their favorite. First one is Frisch equation, the second one is antenna array. So these 2 topics are there. If they are framing question from antenna, then they will pick from these 2 topics only. Okay. So that's the thing that I can say about EMFT. Coming to EDC, in EDC, the more important part is basic semiconductor physics and PN junction diode, right? And in MOSFET, there are 2 things: MOS physics and MOS cap. So I will treat MOS cap a bit higher than MOS physics, because MOS physics you study somewhat in our analog electronics as well. So in EDC on top level, if I say, then basic semiconductor physics, PN junction diode, and MOS cap. That would be the more important part for me to focus on. Coming to the communication part, now in analog communication, if the question is coming, that will come very very straightforward. In communication, if the question is coming from analog communication, that would be very straightforward, formula based. If you know it, then you know it. If you don't know it, then you don't know it. That's it. There is nothing in between. Coming to the random variable random process part, so that part is very very important. Every year 1 or 2 questions come from that particular topic, and that is very very important for you. If you have studied good well enough, then you would be able to solve. And then the digital receiver part come, like digital communication part comes, so that is also like equally important, equally important as random variable and random process. But if you have skipped communication, then just completely skip it. Okay, what I am saying, if you have skipped communication, then just completely skip it. You cannot study anything as of now for communication. Like if I am seeing the question paper, like uh, if I see the question paper of electrical, and let's just say I recommended someone to skip control system. Okay, I did not recommend anyone to skip control system, but let's just say in electrical I have recommended anyone to skip control system, then he would be regretting it now, because control system came on the easier side only. But if you haven't studied it, then you cannot study anything, right? Whatever that you have studied till now, That's it. Now if you want to attempt any mock test, that you can attempt. If you want if you want to attempt, like if you want to revise, then you can revise. In that manner you can proceed. Okay. Yeah, there are a
So,
lot of queries are also there, guys. क्या हुआ अनिश, क्या 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 डिलीट करना पड़ गया?
पड़ गया कुछ थोड़ा सा था
क्या कौन था?
था लर्नर बोल के था कुछ। गेन मार्जिन वाला आप क्वेश्चन सेंड करो ग्रुप पे, कर देंगे उसको सॉल्व। गेन मार्जिन का कोई तो क्वेश्चन मेरे को मिला नहीं वैसे। एक गेन क्रॉसओवर फ्रीक्वेंसी दिया था, फेज मार्जिन दिया था, वो वाला क्वेश्चन बोल रहे हो क्या? वो वाला तो आसान था।
Yeah, guys, if you are having any other query, you can write down. Freshers 2K22, yaar, everything has been already told, no? Just go back. If I have made the video of a particular title, then believe me, that will be the first thing I will be discussing here. Okay? If I have written expected cutoff, then I will not be talking anything. I will not be beating around the bush. The first thing I will be talking about expected cutoff only, if that is on the title. Right? All the things will come later on. So just go back in the video and watch it. Okay? And yeah, guys, you can again write down your queries if you are having any other specific query. Like if EC students are there, they can write down their query now. Or we will end the session, because this was mainly about the information, not about
General query, okay, so we'll do some later, I think. So I think
आदित्य
that's
नहीं
this.
यार, आदित्य का एक कर देते हैं। एनालॉग कम्युनिकेशन कर सकते हैं यार, मत करो यार, मत करो, ठीक है?
ऐसे ज़्यादा लिखा था मुझे उसको। I think this year I think is more easier compared to last year, but cutoff will be around. No, it will be higher. London, it will be more higher.
नहीं भाई, लर्नर देखो यार, आपको पता ही है कि इतनी 28 है, तो फिर क्यों बोल रहे हो, क्यों पूछ रहे हो मेरे से? मत पूछो ना। आपको पता ही है 28 के आसपास जानी है, तो ठीक है यार, अपने अपनी अपनी बात पे कॉन्फिडेंट रहो। फिर इस सेशन में क्यों? कल मैंने एक सॉल्यूशन दिया था, उस पे मतलब उसको प्रूव भी किया कि आंसर पाई बाय 2 आएगा। उसमें नीचे 2 कमेंट आ रहे हैं कि आंसर पाई होगा। भाई वीडियो क्यों देख रहा है यार तू? जब जब तेरे को माननी नहीं है बात। वंस अगेन रिपीट द इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक ऑफ एमएफटी अगेन। वाह, देखो यार, मतलब क्या बताऊं मैं, कोई बात नहीं। सर, व्हेन विल यू स्टार्ट सिग्नल सिस्टम कोर्स फॉर गेट 126? इट विल स्टार्ट कमिंग बाय द एंड ऑफ फेब। ओके, आई विल मेक इट लाइव बाय द एंड ऑफ फेब। इज योर प्लेलिस्ट इज इनफ फॉर ऑफ कैंपस? इनफ कुछ नहीं है यार।
इसी ट्रांजिएंट
ये
मत
है,
छोड़ो यार, क्या
एक
छोड़ेगा क्या?
वीडियो है यार, एक वीडियो है।
वही तो
हार्दिक,
बोल
एक
रहा हूँ।
वीडियो है, कर लो।
हाँ,
एक वीडियो है, कर लो, क्या पता फंस गया तो। ठीक है, क्योंकि आईएन में वो सवाल आया भाई, स्विच लगाया, कैपेसिटर लगाया और एसी इनपुट है, ऑल्दो वो इंस्टेंटेनियसली चार्जिंग हो रही है, तो बच गए। अगर स्विच का रेजिस्टेंस हो जाता, वो होता, तो वो एसी ट्रांजिट का सवाल हो जाता। तो कर लो यार, एक वीडियो डाला हुआ है मेरा यूट्यूब पे, और विदाउट एनी इक्वेशन करेंगे अपने उसको। विदाउट एनी इक्वेशन मैंने बताया कि बिना इक्वेशन, कोई भी इक्वेशन लगाए उसको कैसे करना है सोल्व। तो देख लो यार, वो एक वीडियो है 1 घंटे का, बढ़िया कॉन्सेप्ट भी सीख जाओगे उसमें। ठीक है ना? ईडी
हिमांशु
ईडी शायद लेट आएगा।
video. Himanshu, go to the start of the video where we have discussed about the cutoff of doubly.
सर, आयन का इनपुट इम्पोर्टेंस वाला यार, आयुष यार, आपसे एक्सपेक्टेड है यार, आप वो करोगे आयन का इनपुट इम्पोर्टेंस वाला, वो बहुत स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड था, है ना? एकदम सीधा चार्ज होगा उसमें कैपेसिटर 0.5 सेकंड तक, उसके बाद वो रजिस्टर के थ्रू डिस्चार्ज हो जाएगा, बात खत्म। इतना ही है। ठीक है, तो वो तो होना चाहिए था यार, होना चाहिए था वो। शायद ईडीसी कोर्स थोड़ा लेट आएगा।
क्या
सुभाषिश
ठीक है,
अच्छा नहीं।
कोई बात नहीं। यू हैव जॉब, सो आप फिर से नेक्स्ट ईयर का ट्राई करो। अगर आप जॉब है तो मतलब बैकअप तो है।
लेकिन जॉब छोड़ना मत यार आप, ठीक है ना?
हाँ, छोड़ना मत, बस वही है, छोड़ना मत।
छोड़ना मत जॉब, ठीक है ना सुभाषिश? तो अपने बेसिक्स पे काम करो यार, बाकी पढ़ो आप बढ़िया से, ठीक है? डिमोटिवेट मत हो। गेट ईसी के लिए कितना टाइम इनफ होता है इफ समवन इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम जीरो? अरे ये सब बाद में डिस्कस करेंगे यार, 1 साल इनफ है। आईएन इजी था, आईएन से ई इजी था, हाँ
हाँ
सही
हाँ,
बात
इजी
है।
था।
वो वाला जो ग्रुप पे डिस्कस हो रहा था, जिसपे ओपैम था, ओपैम का कौन सा आ गया यार? अभी तो देखो एनालॉग से कोई बढ़िया सवाल नहीं है। सीधी सी बात ही है, एक भी मतलब एक भी सवाल में मतलब नजदीक भी ऐसा नहीं है कि उसमें कुछ बढ़िया कुछ अपने सीख सके। ठीक है, तो एनालॉग में कुछ ऐसा आया ही नहीं है यार अभी तक। होपफुली सारा सारा जो बदला है वो
इजी
इसी में निकाल,
इजी
सारे जो सवाल बचे हैं वो सारे इसी में निकाले जाएंगे। ठीक है, मेरे को लग रहा है ऐसा। हाउ टू डू डिस्क्रीट पार्ट ऑफ सिग्नल सिस्टम गेटिंग फुल पेयर। डिस्क्रीट में डीएफटी कर लो यार, अगर आपको ज्यादा डर लग रहा है तो। मतलब डीएफटी करने के लिए पहले आपको डीटीएफटी आना चाहिए, मतलब डिस्क्रीट टाइम फूरियर ट्रांसफॉर्म आपको आना चाहिए। अगर वो आता है तो आप डीएफटी कर लो, दो चीज कर लो बस। ठीक है, डिस्क्रीट पार्ट में डीटीएफटी कर लो, डीएफटी कर लो, उसी में से सवाल बनेगा, उसी में से ही सवाल बनेगा मैक्सिमम। अब जैसे आप ये मत करना कि मेरे को सर बेसिक्स ऑफ सिग्नल भी नहीं आता डिस्क्रीट का, कि मेरे को टाइम पीरियड वगैरह निकालना है डिस्क्रीट में, तो वो कैसे निकालते हैं। अगर वो सब नहीं आता तो अपन को थोड़ी दिक्कत आएगी। तो वो सब बेसिक कर लो और फिर डीटीएफटी कर लो, डीएफटी कर लो, ठीक है इतना। अगर कंटिन्यूस वाला पार्ट आता है तो हो जाना चाहिए। ठीक है, कट ऑफ और ये बता दिया
लोहित,
आपको।
Lohit, if you have time, you can do for all three branches. If you don't have time, then you can just do your own branch.
कम्युनिकेशन का भी यार आ जाएगा यार कोर्स। पहले देखो, अभी सिग्नल आएगा, उसके बाद कम्युनिकेशन आएगा, उसके बाद ईडीसी आएगा। ठीक है, ये रहेगा अपना फ्लो। बाकी सब करवा दिए हैं, बाकी इलेक्ट्रिकल कोर अनीश सर के आते रहेंगे। अभी दो बाकी है,
हाँ
पावर सिस्टम और
अभी, हाँ इसके बाद मशीन्स आएगा, उसके बाद पावर सिस्टम आएगा। ठीक है, आई गेस लाइक वी कैन रैप इट अप। इतना ही था, बाकी तो वेलकम।
ओके देन, या थैंक यू गाइस।
Okay, so I'm stopping the stream.
From there first we stop and then we leave the